This is Atlantic Television Network, and you're watching the global news. First, the headlines: police arrest robbery suspects, recover exhibits. DSS seals Lagos State House of Assembly. LP denies zoning 2027 presidency to southeast. Russia intercepts 90 Ukrainian drones. Petron says NNPCL petrol meets industry standards. Singer Shakira hospitalized in Peru. And Atletico Madrid lineup move for Ndidi. And now to the rest of our stories. River State Police Command has arrested robbery suspects involved in vandalizing and stealing from NNPCL estate in Rumokrushi, Port Harcourt, after tying and robbing the local security guards on duty of their phones and money. A statement by SP Grace Iringekoko, Police Public Relations Officer, River State Police Command, said the command received a petition about the disturbing activities of unknown hoodlums attacking local security guards and vandalizing public assets. She said that the report suggested that on the 3rd of January 2025, a 1000 kVA transformer worth 52 million naira was vandalized and stolen from NNPCL estate in Rumokrushi, Port Harcourt by unknown hoodlums after tying and robbing the local security guards on duty of their phones and money. Acting on this information, operatives from the C4I intelligence unit through coordinated operations resulting in the arrest of Raphael Ngwebo, 52 years, from Umezoka community in Eza local government area, Ebonyi State, and accomplice of the sponsor Christopher Umwagu, 50 years, from Abo, my side local government area, Imo State, who is the end receiver of the stolen transformer. Chimene Nwagoha, aged 35 years, from Ikwere River State, who accompanied the driver and lifted the stolen transformer and drove it to the sponsor's office. Chokodi Ogu, aged 38 years, from Omuma local government area, River State, who assisted the HIAP driver and removed the transformer from the estate. Obina Wankwo, aged 43 years, from Omuma local government area, River State, was the facilitator and mediator between the robbers and the receiver. During interrogation, the suspects confessed to being part of a syndicate specializing in vandalizing and stealing transformers and electrical installations in River State. The suspects and exhibits are currently in police custody and investigation is ongoing. Efforts are being intensified to apprehend other members of the syndicate. 8 died in an accident on Sunday at Amala, Ngopala local government area in Imo State. The tragic incident involved a Toyota and a Hyundai Santa, with all 8 occupants of both vehicles sadly losing their lives in the crash. Confirming the accident on Monday, Imo Police Command spokesman DSP Henry Okoye said all 8 occupants in the vehicles died in the crash. According to him, the police command has launched a comprehensive investigation into the accident, with police operatives from the Ngwakpala divisional headquarters quickly responding to the scene to manage the situation. He said efforts were underway to identify and notify the families of the deceased, adding that pictorial evidence has also been documented to aid further inquiries into the cause of the accident. Okoye strongly cautioned motorists against reckless driving and excessive speeding, which remain major causes of road accidents. He urged all road users to drive responsibly, observe traffic rules, and exercise patience while on the roads. Anambra State government has inaugurated the Anambra Community Young Farmers Forum to boost food production in the state. Commissioner for Agriculture Dr. Foster Ihejofo inaugurated the group at the weekend at Government House in Awka. The Anambra State Association of Town Unions, ASATU Youth Wing, under the leadership of Ken Okoli, facilitated the establishment of the group to support Governor Chukwuma Soludo's vision for food production. While inaugurating the group, Ihejiofo praised ASA to youth for its proactive efforts in creating such a platform and pledged the government's support to ensure the growth of its members in agribusiness. Speaking at the event, Okoli emphasized that the group was established as a hub for young farmers in Anambra State to leverage in order to enhance their farming activities. He noted that this initiative would help tackle rising food scarcity, increase agricultural output, and explore export opportunities. He reaffirmed that SATU Youth's commitment to supporting policies that drive economic growth through sustainable farming. The inauguration comes as Anambra State intensifies efforts to boost agricultural productivity and self-sufficiency. Stakeholders believe that empowering young farmers through ACYFF will play a crucial role in achieving these goals. Security outfit in Anambra has declared its intention to arrest women seen in public without bras or panties. The announcement made via a public address system was captured in a viral video shared on X, formerly Twitter. In the footage, an official of the security outfit speaking in Igbo claimed the directive was issued by the state governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. He further stated that women wearing only panties in public would also face arrests. However, Anambra authorities have yet to release an official statement regarding the announcement. Anambra State government has sealed a popular church known as Children of the Light Anointing Ministry, run by Pastor Onyebuchi Okocha, also known as Onyeze Jesus, over alleged involvement in controversial Okeite traditional practice. The church, located in Amalfa village in Idemile North local government area of the state, was sealed by operatives of the state security outfit, Agune Chamber, during their visit to the premises. During the visit to the site, some substances, including containers and other items, were found at the premises. This development, it was gathered, marks the third high-profile crackdown on quick riches spiritualists in Anambra, following the crackdown and arrest of popular native doctors and individuals engaged in Okeite practices. The state authorities also sealed some of their shrines for engaging in such activities. It was gathered that Okeite is a concoction made from human parts, animals, and herbs mixed in a mud pot and used for money rituals, and the state authorities have identified it as a fraudulent scheme used by native doctors to deceive unsuspecting victims. Men of the Department of State Security and Nigerian Police on Monday stormed the premises of the Lagos State House of Assembly, sealing up the offices of the Speaker, Mojisola Miranda, her deputy and clerk of the House. As at press time, armed security personnel have taken over the premises at Alausa, Ikeja, and environs. Recall that the embattled former Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, has sued the state lawmakers, challenging his removal as the Speaker of the Assembly. Obasa, it was gathered, has filed a motion at the Ikeja division of the State High Court, where he is also seeking an accelerated hearing of his suit. Obasa was removed in absentia by 32 January 13, 2025. He was in America when he was removed in a situation described as coup by President Bola Tinubu. The development has generated controversy with members of the Governance Advisory Council, an apex political decision-making body in All Progressives Congress in Lagos, divided over Obasa's removal. Obasa, in the suit, was challenging the legality of his removal from office. Members of the Lagos State House of Assembly have condemned the invasion of the Assembly complex by operatives of the Department of State Services and the Nigerian Police on Monday, describing it as a rape of democracy, an aberration, and a national embarrassment. During a plenary session attended by 36 members, the lawmakers demanded an explanation from the Lagos State Director of DSS regarding the reasons behind the invasion. They also called on the National Security Advisor Nuhu Rubadu to investigate the incident and provide the public with a comprehensive briefing on the findings. Additionally, the Assembly urged President Bola Tinubu to intervene immediately and prevent the situation from escalating further. Expressing their outrage, the lawmakers unanimously condemned the invasion, describing it as an abuse of legislative procedure and a threat to democratic governance. Speaking to newsmen, Abiodun Tobun said this is not a government ruled by the barrel of a gun. This is an aberration of democracy and a step toward anarchy. The lawmakers suggested that powerful and influential individuals or groups might be behind the incident, calling for a thorough investigation to uncover those responsible. The House remained united in its stance, insisting on protecting the independence of the legislature and ensuring that such actions do not undermine democratic processes in the state. The Department of State Services has defended its presence at the Lagos State House of Assembly, stating that its operatives were invited by the lawmakers to provide security at the complex. Amid rising tension over the security takeover of the Assembly, which included the sealing of offices belonging to the Speaker and his deputy, the DSS clarified that it did not storm the Assembly. Instead, it emphasized that it was deployed to the premises following a request made by the Lagos State House of Assembly itself. In a statement issued on Monday, the DSS explained that the request came in the form of a letter from the Assembly dated February 14, 2025, which specifically sought increased security due to potential threats. The letter, according to the DSS, cited credible information suggesting that plans were underway to forcefully reinstate the impeached Speaker of the Assembly on February 18, 2025, which could pose a security risk. The letter further noted that such an action could threaten the safety of the Assembly and its members. The DSS statement included an excerpt from the letter signed by the acting clerk of the House of Assembly, Mr. ATB Otun, addressed to the DSS director in Lagos and other security agencies in the state. The DSS assured the public that its actions were purely aimed at ensuring order and security at the Assembly in accordance with the request made by the lawmakers. Operatives of the Quick Response Team of Naval Outpost Agadagba in Eshodo local government area of Ondo State under the forward operating base Ikpogoda have intercepted a locally fabricated wooden boat transporting illegally refined petroleum products. The team, led by the base operations officer of FOB Igbokoda, seized a total of 1,400 liters of illicit oil stored in 44 jerry cans. While reacting to the developments, the commander of FOB Igbokoda, Navy Captain Ali Usman, issued a stern warning to oil thieves, urging them to steer clear of the region. According to Usman, the seized boat and its contents would be deactivated in line with existing regulations and directives from the defense headquarters. Usman stated that perpetrators of economic sabotage and other criminal activities should desist immediately, as the Nigerian Navy remains committed to securing the maritime environment and eliminating illegal operations. The naval boss reiterated that the Navy will not relent in its efforts to safeguard Nigeria's waterways and protect critical national assets from criminal elements. Purportedly reinstated chairman of Irewole local government, Osun State, Mr. Remi Abbas, was reportedly killed by hoodlums working for the ruling People's Democratic Party after taking over the council secretariat in Ikire. It will be recalled that both parties have been laying claim to control of the third tier of government, as the APC claimed that the Court of Appeal judgment delivered last week has reinstated the sacked elected council member and councillors, while the state government said the election was nullified by the Federal High Court in Oshawa. Early hours on Monday, Abbas led other sacked council officials to take over in line with the court's verdict and reportedly entered the secretary when hoodlums allegedly working for the People's Democratic Party stormed the secretariat to dislodge them. It was gathered that there was an exchange of gunshots, during which Abbas was killed while several others were injured. Some hoodlums also stormed the highways, shooting sporadically into the air, creating tension in the community and forcing motorists to make the tour to avoid being caught in the crossfire. The Commissioner for Protocol and Government Affairs in the state, Mr. Soji Ajegbe, claimed that two PDP members, Ege and Igara, were killed by gun-wielding thugs working for the APC. When contacted, Osun State Police spokesperson Yemisi Opalola said she will investigate the matter and reach back. Osun State government has accused former Governor Adegboyega Oyetola and members of his administration of contract racketeering and money laundering during their tenure. The allegations were made by the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolakbo Alimi, during a live broadcast on radio stations in Osun State on Monday morning. Alimi revealed that the government has gathered documents to substantiate the claims. He added that the state government would present the documents to the public before the end of the week. The Commissioner also mentioned that the government was monitoring activities at local government secretariats across the state. This development followed the recent exchange between Governor Ademola Adeleke and his predecessor Adegboyega Oyetola regarding the reinstatement of sacked local government chairmen. The governor accused Oyetola of attempting to incite unrest by pressuring security agencies to restore the officials. Oyetola, currently the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, has denied any wrongdoing, urging Adeleke's administration to abide by the 10 February Court of Appeal judgment on the matter. Osun State caucus of the 10th National Assembly has called for urgent intervention from President Bola Tinubu, the National Security Advisor, and the Attorney General to address the ongoing crisis in Osun State. The caucus also condemned the forceful takeover of local government secretariats across the state following a contentious court ruling tied to the 2022 local government elections. Addressing journalists in Abuja on Monday, the caucus, comprising 3 senators and 9 House of Representatives members, urged President Tinubu to instruct the Inspector General of Police to restore law and order in the state. They also called for the involvement of national security agencies to resolve the escalating violence. According to the caucus, the crisis stemmed from sacked APC officials who reportedly, aided by thugs and some security personnel, forcefully returned to office despite the court's ruling upholding their removal. However, another conflicting judgment allowed them to claim their position. Representative Bamidele Salam Osun, PDP, speaking on behalf of the caucus, condemned the violent action, stating the people of Osun woke up to a criminal takeover of the local government secretariat with these sacked officials. The caucus condemned the violent actions, accusing Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Gboyega Oyetola of orchestrating the illegal takeovers in collaboration with local security heads. The group warned that these actions threatened to destabilize the state, causing chaos and violence that had already resulted in multiple injuries and deaths. According to reports, 3 PDP members were killed by APC thugs in Isokon local government, and another PDP member was shot dead in Ayedade local government. Analysts have posited that the current political tension in Osun State stems from power struggle over who dominates the state's structure. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program, Open Conversation, and political analyst Frank Enewaji Ogwononu alleged that the system is often rigged or manipulated to serve particular interests.
It's PDP, where Adeleke is leading as a governor. When you consider the political tension there, it's about who controls what you call the structure.
Okay.
Because the election was this one that they are dragging now, so seek redress.
Right.
But the issue is that in this part of the world, as you come in as a governor and control resources, even to the detriment of the public masses. So that's the truth. So whatever you see today is not about the people, it's about who takes over the control of the financial structure. I use that word in quote now, financial structure, because there's no way council will be in order and they will not pay the allocation to them. And when they pay, if there's a synergy between the governor and they come together and they have to discuss. This one is not made public in the newspaper or on radio. It's done in the secret, behind closed door. Hey, council chairman, this is what you need to do. That way you don't know how it is done. But we talk about autonomy as a good thing. It's a good thing, ordinarily, if we take law.
2 suspects have been arrested for gang raping of a 12-year-old girl and inflicting serious injuries on her in Tamuwa local government area of Yobe State. The suspects, Bawa Saidu and Weti Saleh of Jalingo village, were apprehended by operatives of Tamuwa Divisional Police Headquarters. This was disclosed in a statement issued on Monday by Public Relations Officer of the Yobe State Police Command, SP Dongus Abdul Karim, indicating that the raped victim received immediate medical attention while the suspects were transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department in Damaturu for discreet investigation. In another development, the statement said operatives of A Divisional Police Headquarters, Damaturu, arrested 3 suspects found in possession of a dismantled motorcycle and other stolen items. The suspects reportedly confessed to the crime during interrogation. Commissioner of Police Garba Ahmed, in a statement, commended the efforts of the command, reiterating its sustained commitment to fighting criminal elements in the state. Officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Aliyu Imran, was brutally lynched and set ablaze by an angry mob in Gadan Gayan, Igabi local government area of Kaduna State after a high-speed chase involving suspected drug dealers resulted in multiple fatalities. The incident occurred when NDLEA operatives were pursuing a suspected drug dealer. In a desperate attempt to evade arrest, the suspect reportedly reversed his vehicle at high speed, running over at least 3 people, killing them on the spot. While one source confirmed 3 deaths, another suggested the number could be 4. Tensions quickly escalated as residents enraged by the tragic accident turned on the NEA officers. Aliyu, an assistant superintendent of Narcotic 1, reportedly stepped forward to pacify the situation but was instead attacked. According to a source within the agency who spoke anonymously, he was stabbed while his colleagues, sensing danger, fled the scene. As of press time, there has been no official statement from the NDLEA regarding the incident. Efforts to reach the agency spokesperson for comments were unsuccessful. People's Democratic Party has called on its former lawmakers in the House of Representatives and the Kaduna State House of Assembly to vacate their seats following their defection to the ruling All Progressives Congress. The lawmakers, primarily from Southern Kaduna, were among 50 politicians who officially joined the APC on Saturday. Governor Oba Sani received them at La. In a statement issued on Sunday, PDP's Kaduna State Publicity Secretary Maria Dogo condemned the defections, describing them as the betrayal of the people's trust. She emphasized that while the Nigerian Constitution grants freedom of association, elected lawmakers who switch parties must relinquish their seats unless the original party is experiencing internal division. The PDP urged the speakers of the House of Representatives and the Kaduna State House of Assembly to declare the defector seats vacant and notify the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct by-elections. In the meantime, no fewer than 2,500 members of the opposition People's Democratic Party and New Nigeria People's Party have defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress in Jigawa State. Governor Umar Namada made this known during the Jigawa Citizens Engagement Program held in Babura local government area. He attributed the increasing defection of opposition members to the APC's commitment to the state's development. Governor Namadi emphasized that the growing acceptance of the APC in Jigawa State reflected citizens' satisfaction with his administration's developmental efforts. He reaffirmed his commitment to fostering unity and progress within the party, assuring that the APC-led government at all levels remain dedicated to improving the lives of Jigawa residents. Speaking at the event, APC leader in Jigawa, Isa Gerawa, noted that the party had addressed its internal challenges and was focused on strengthening its structure. Recall that Governor Malam Umar Namadi launched the commencement of the Jigawa State Government Citizen Engagement Program tagged Gwamnati Dajama. Military airstrike targeting bandits left the community in great shock and pandemonium. Security sources told newsmen on Monday that those killed were mostly single family members comprising 3 children, a man and 2 women. I beg your pardon. The incidents, which occurred in the aftermath of Saturday's local government elections, occurred after security operatives attempted to thwart an attack planned by bandits against voters in Zaka village. Eyewitnesses recalled that security forces comprising the police and members of the state community watch corps engaged the bandits in a fierce gun battle where 2 police officers and the CWC operatives were killed on the spot in a gun battle. He added that another officer who sustained various injuries later succumbed to death. He explained that shortly after the deadly clash between the security forces and the bandits, a military fighter jet was dispatched for reinforcements where it mistakenly dropped a bomb on a Yaoundé community located in the southern part of Zakar village. People's Democratic Party has dismissed claims that its primary election guidelines were compromised by forgery. PDP National Publicity Secretary Debo Ologunagba made the clarification in a statement in Abuja. Ologunagba explained that the party had been made aware of misleading media reports suggesting the primary election guidelines had been compromised by forgery. Ologunagba further revealed that the misleading reports stemmed from certain individuals with resentment towards the party. He identified these individuals as 87 Labour Party still available for Indigo to realize presidency, which failed it has zoned the presidency or any of its positions in the coming election. Nigerian Bar Association is set to host a State of the Nation discourse on local government's financial autonomy. It said the critical conversation is aimed at ensuring full compliance with the Supreme Court's judgment on the Council on Autonomy. The event will take place on Wednesday at the NBA House, 1101 Muhammadu Buhari Way, Abuja. NBA General Secretary Dr. Mobalaji Ojibara said in a statement that the high-level engagement will bring together governors, the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, the Nigerian Union of Local Governments Employees, civil society organizations, and the public. They will interrogate the challenges hindering the full implementation of this landmark decision. Justice Ian Ekwo of the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted an application by former Minister of Petroleum Daizani Alison Madueke to amend her suits challenging the order obtained by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for finance lawyer Godwin Iyembo, and the AFCC's counsel Divine Oguru did not oppose it. At the day's proceeding, Iyembo informed the court that they had already filed a motion for amendment of their originating process and the defendant had been duly served. The judge gave Daizani 5 days to file and serve the amended processes and granted EFCC 14 days from the date of service to respond. The matter was subsequently adjourned until March 17 for further mention. Justice Ekwo had, on November 21, 2024, fixed today for hearing the motion to amend the originating process. The ex-minister had sued the anti-graft agency as the sole respondent. We're going to a quick break, and when we return, we'll delve right into the rest of our stories. Do stay tuned.
Interest. How they can cling onto power.
We all have big dreams, so start up your own. Download and control your line with Glow Cafe, the interactive self-service app. Free activation bonus lets you post your content online. Get additional data allowing you to gift and share data. 100% bonus on every recharge lets you unlock your creativity.
Play my ski, play. I got seeds with Glow Cafe.
Extra awoof data in the Glow Cafe app lets you link up and unlock your ambition. Inspired. Let's turn that movie script into the next blockbuster. Don't delay. Download the Glow Cafe app today and start your own collaboration. Glow Unlimited.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. And now on to the rest of our stories. Nigerian Education Loan Fund says it will close the 2023/2024 student loan application cycle on February 21. Managing Director of NEL Fund, Akintunde Sawyer, who disclosed this at the news conference in established guidelines. West African Examination Council has released. Dangote Amos made this announcement according to a statement by the council's head of public affairs, Moyoshola Adeshina. He explained that a total of 65,023 candidates sat for the examination, with 34,878 candidates, representing 53.64%, achieving credits and above in at least 5 mandatory subjects, including English language and mathematics. According to him, this marks an improvement compared to the 44.29% pass rate in 2023 and 42.16% in 2022, reflecting a 9.25% increase in overall performance. He stressed that 62,364 candidates, which is 95.90%, had their results fully processed and released, while 2,669 candidates, which is 4.1%, are awaiting the completion of results proceeding due to errors attributed to them. He, however, added that the examination body withheld the result of 2,577 candidates, which is 3.98%, due to suspected cases of examination Invictus Games with each team that comprised of 3 officers and 21 players, catered for the team's accommodation and feeding needs along with those of Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria said a video that emerged online over the weekend speculated that the company's report was not of good quality, I beg your pardon, but in a statement, Joseph Obele, Petroleum spokesperson, said the association conducted a rigorous test on NNPC's petroleum products after claims in the viral video in March that the PMS. And now on to international tidbits. Building collapse in the Egyptian capital killed 10 people and injured 8 more on Monday, with several others believed to be missing under the rubble. Ambulances were dispatched to the scene in the working-class neighborhood of Kedasa, where civil defense teams searched for people thought to be missing under the rubble. According to the Al-Kalba Al-Yom newspaper, eyewitnesses said that a gas cylinder explosion caused the collapse and a police investigation was underway. Building regulations are unevenly enforced in the sprawling metropolis of Cairo, home to over 26 million people. The city has seen a number of deadly 90 Ukrainian drones overnight. The Russian Defense Ministry said this disclosure on Monday. The Defense Ministry said that no fewer than 38 of the drones were downed by the Sea of Azov. The ministry, in a post on the Telegram messaging app, said at least 38 of the drones were drowned over the Sea of Azov. It added 24 were drowned over the southern Russia region of Krasnodar, and the rest over several other regions in the south and west Azov. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has retreated his support for U.S. President Donald Trump's plan on Gaza. Netanyahu said that Palestinians should be given the choice to leave Gaza. The Israeli Prime Minister, while speaking to Jewish American organizations gathered in Jerusalem, again praised U.S. President Donald Trump's plan to resettle Palestinians from Gaza. Meanwhile,